Hey guys, so it's me, CruelAnraj. You just call me Ray, everybody else does. So I'm making this because I see some people sometimes talk about, well, I'm not getting where I want to be, or I feel like I'm stuck in a rut, or something's going wrong and I can't quite fix it. So how do I get out of that? And listen, I'm not some professional player. I'm not some dude that goes out and plays in tournaments or whatever. I'm just a guy who plays a game. But being that I'm just some dude that plays a game, I feel like I can kind of help a little bit insofar as telling you there's maybe some obvious things that you might be missing that maybe you're just not catching up on that, like me, the more complicated things are, the easier time I have it. But when you start breaking it down simply, that's when I have an issue. Like for me, I can't do basic math, but I have a lot of fun doing calculus. It makes no sense at all. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time while I have the opportunity just to throw this out there, maybe give you some advice that might be helpful to you in the future. So, the first thing that really helped me out when I was struggling, when I was stuck in gold and trying to move up in Street Fighter, was I wasn't taking notes. Now, that sounds silly because you're making it seem like more than what it is. You're making it seem like work or school or whatever. But taking notes is really important for one reason, because when something's happening and you're seeing it happen for the first time, or maybe it's happened before and you just haven't taken notice of it, write it down. Take the opportunity to make a note of it, then go into training and try to replicate that and try to find ways around it. What I have is a hardback book right here, and the things that this has in it are just really basic things. So, for instance, like I have problems with Cody at one point. Well, what was that particular Cody beating me with? Well, he was beating me with standing medium kick because it's a long range poke and I wasn't quite sure how to deal with it. So you set up a dummy, you start establishing a range and telling yourself, okay, well, if I'm this close, I'm going to get hit with it. So what can I do? Well, you can block it. That's for me, that's about all I could do. Other people might have other ways around it, but just speaking simply, that's what I did. Also with a lot of characters I was having problems with their standing heavy kick, most notably Ed, because my answer to that would be crouching medium kick, which it whiffs because it goes under the animation. So how do you deal with that? Well, you space it out and you counter with your own poke. So in my instance, you space it out. If you have V trigger active, you can do standing medium kick into V trigger activation into whatever you feel like you need to do in that situation. Or standing heavy kick of your own if you've outranged it far enough. Or if you want to be greedy, you could also do solar plexus punch if you catch it at startup and you're distance enough to where you know he's going to whip. So things like that are really important to take notes of. The other thing you want to take notes of is if you're watching somebody on YouTube and they're giving you instruction, or you're watching them as somebody who mains a character that you're playing as, and you want to take notes and you want to be sure that you're covering the things that they're doing and making sure that you're implementing it into your own game plan. So for me, one of those things was I would always set up the frame trap, which it's not a frame trap because I'm not smart enough to read frame data. But I would do standing medium punch to crouching medium kick. Well, that's not a true frame trap. You can get between that. So I'd watch other people and they would use things like standing light punch to standing medium punch, which is a really good trap. And then you can end that with a fireball, or you can stop pressure, or using crouching light punch for counter hit and then on counter hit standing medium punch. Things like that that I wasn't really taking stock of at the time, and it felt like it was very important to copy that down. So things like that are really important. The other things are go into training mode. Make sure that before all of this, make sure that you're comfortable moving. That sounds really stupid, but it's something that Zaf actually was talking about in one of his videos, which are really important. If you get the opportunity to watch them, they're very good. But making sure that you're comfortable moving around in the space, not jumping or anything like that, but dashing forward, back dashing, getting comfortable with how fast your character moves, because it's very important. And the other side of that is get to notice what other characters look like as they move. For instance, one of the videos I'd seen, I think it was Smug, was talking about noticing when Bison is dashing. Because in his dash, he has Fireball invulnerability. But it's really easy to recognize when he's going to dash because he has that purple glow about him. And you know he's going to dash. So you can check that dash. So noticing when characters are dashing in, and one of the things I've noticed lately is that Zangief players will dash in to command grab, which is ballsy, but they'll do it. So recognizing when they're going to dash in and checking that dash, even if they're going to block it, it doesn't matter. You're letting them know that you're not going to be just thrown under the bus just because they happen to get a free dash in. We're not going to do that. So by checking their dash, you limit their options a little bit, and then maybe make them jump, and then you make them really pay for it. The last piece of advice I'll give is that ranked sucks. Period. Full stop. There's no getting around it. But at the same time, you have to prepare for the shenanigans that ranked is going to bring. If you want to move up in rank, which rank isn't really that important, it's just a title, it's just a medal. It doesn't have any true indication of your quality or level and skill as a player. It's just for show. I mean, just remember that. It's just for show. Nobody's going to pay you money just because you're really good at ranked. I mean, if you want money, you're kind of in the wrong business because, man, not a lot of people make money with fighting games. Some do, some don't, but that's not where you want to make your money. So understand that what you're doing matters to you and maybe a very select group of people. Not saying don't go out and do it, because go out and do it because you want to. I want to. I don't have the opportunity right now. So just remember that. Then take those crazy things, people jumping a lot, Ken players doing everything that Ken players do at this stage, which is just about every button they have. Fong players with their crazy pressure. Bison players with their insane pressure when they get in close, because why not be plus on everything? Cammy players watching for those tick throws. Cody players watching the really crazy setups later on, because some players are very good with their rock setups with V-Trigger 2, things like that. So taking stock of those things and then finding ways around them because they're going to happen. Period. They're going to happen. Just like Abigail players, they pick V Trigger 2, they're going to come charging at you. So as a Ryu player, pick V Trigger 2 because it's going to help. At the very least, it makes people second guess when they're going to be rushing in on you. So take stock of all of that. And remember that just because you lose some points or you lose a rank or you're not where you want to be yet, it doesn't matter. That doesn't dictate the quality of player that you are. A lot of factors can come into that. A lot of different variables, the connection issues, CFN being crap, input lag, your inputs not being put in properly. There's a lot of things, but just focus on the things that you know that you can correct. For instance, if you're having issues with maybe your inputs didn't come in right, well, check that out. Make sure that you're putting them in correctly, because for me, I play Cammy every once in a while. So for me, I run into a huge issue of accidentally comboing crouching medium kick into spiral arrow, just because I'm used to crouching medium kick into fireball with Ryu, and it just happens. I'm used to it. So that's on me. I can't blame that on an opponent at any given time. That's on me. So start focusing on those things, and also, like I said before, take stock of the things that are happening within a match. Even if it's something so silly as, well, I gotta watch my feet. Watch your feet. Set up a dummy, set up Cammy with crouching medium kick. Start getting an idea for the ranges, for the blocks, for the punishes, for the whiff punishes, things like that. Just make sure that you're covering all of your bases that you can cover. Because you're going to run into some shenanigans, that's true. But just make sure that when it all goes down, you're ready to go. And at the end of the day, that you can be satisfied with how you're playing the game, not with your rank or how any of that stuff shakes out. Don't worry about it. You'll get there when you get there, and nobody's going to judge you for that. And if they do, well, fuck them. They're not important. So I just thought I'd take the opportunity to go ahead and create this video just to let you guys know that, man, sometimes it sucks out there. But you can take steps to help yourself and to help your character grow and to help your growth as a player by taking some notes, bringing it all back down to base level, taking it into the training lab, and doing the things you need to do to help yourself improve. And I hope that helps you in the end. So thank you, and you guys have a good time. All right. Good luck in ranked.